say I brought killers with me? What the? Listen, man. Gonna keep this energy flowing, man. I'm loving where we at, man. The rhythm is healthy. All the way from Atlanta, GA, man. Please, man, make some noise for my man J Nolan. Make some noise for J Nolan.
I never let the beat breathe. Fuck it, I suffocated. I over-deliver, cause people say that I'm underrated. Witness the wrath of a brother forgotten. The apple is rotten, been treated like a stepchild. It's adopted. ATL zone. Southside of my mannerisms. My homies get active, but they don't boost their metabolism. Dressed all black like a Raiders hat, but we ain't talking like Ice Cube. I study moves, neighborhood, feel like it's night school. The best out, learn from KRS to edutain them. Dig deep in these rhymes, it's lyrical excavations. I'm killing your expectations, huh? Got niggas hitting my lines, just touching bases. I spit up a couple paces, huh? This shit easy, got just write my life down. Y'all need to pipe down before I pull that butcher knife out. Niggas was working in a cafe. Fuck around and cut your shift short like a half day. Want to smoke like an ashtray. You niggas black and mild. I see the mic and start blacking out. I'm black and proud. Fuck all the rationale. I told niggas it's business. Now we talking about period, but I came for the commas. I proofread the sentence. I never be diminished. I reinvent myself weekly till I feel replenished. I add fruits to my diet. Homies dying, we form alliance with rivals. Fuck a section in the club. My frequency turn tribal like guns and butter. We flip butter, turn it to bread. Like an old RPG, they put numbers over your head. Boy, it's hard to make a living. My people stuck in the trenches. We ain't gotta go to court. Our landlords looking judicious like, with a 1,200 deposit. Bitch, I ain't got it. Keep knocking on my door. Be a skeleton in my closet. Diametrically opposed. I rap primarily to touch your soul. I be speaking on issues that's undisclosed. I'm an underground spitter with flyness stacking appeal. I let you niggas spit for Ally McBeal. I crown skills. Ghost rider like I'm skills. Got deals to never speak it. My dialect made for my culture like broken English. I've been isolated, compensated to switch perspectives. I'm the ace, but we don't fuck with the pet detectives from the dirty. When I'm done, retire my jersey. Catch bodies in a cipher like passes to Michael Irvin.
What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. Hope everybody's doing well out there this Thursday. You feel me? As most of y'all know that are tuning into this video, just yesterday we had a conversation about Mickey Factz and his comparison between Kendrick Lamar and Lupe Fiasco, okay? He feels like Lupe Fiasco is a better lyricist. I'm not gonna, rehash that whole conversation because if you want to hear it, go to the video from yesterday. However, Mickey Factz did double down. He released, he went live on Twitter. He might have went live on other platforms at the same time, but I saw it on Twitter. He went live and pretty much gave his reasoning, not only for speaking on Lupe versus Kendrick lyrically, but also just his reason for pushing these types of conversations, comparisons between artists, lyricists, and really having conversations about lyricism and lyricists in hip hop. He feels like there is a lack of that conversation going on because a lot of the spectacle ends up being the headlines and the things that get talked about. He went into talking about how, the BET just recently pulled the plug on the BET Hip Hop Awards. They pulled the plug on the Soul Train Awards as well. We're going to get into that later in the video. So he feels like there's not enough people out here advocating for the art of lyricism, which is why he says he's going to continue pushing these sorts of conversations. All right. Now, Mickey Factz also made his way to my video earlier today. And he left a comment and he said, he respects my perspective. He appreciates my analysis of the situation. He didn't, flip out. He didn't disrespect me or my opinion about where how I rank Lupe versus Kendrick, which I feel like Kendrick reigns supreme in this conversation. Although I grew up practically worshiping Lupe Fiasco. You know what I'm saying? Like I was in that crowd. However, over time, his music became harder for me to enjoy. You know what I mean? And it wasn't because he's gotten so much lyrically superior. It's because he focuses more on the technique than the actual messaging in some cases, or in the actual delivery of making it sound pleasing to the ear, which I think is extremely important even as a lyricist, because if I don't want to hear what you're saying, you are not scoring on the board as a lyricist. So let's get into what Mickey Factz actually had to say, shall we?
Yo, salute to all of the people that's tapped in, man. I appreciate y'all. I see what's going on. I understand that. Feeling the way. A lot of people agreeing. I see some people disagreeing. I just want to say that I'm happy that the dialogue is happening again. We ain't got no hip-hop award show with BET. We don't got no lyricist award show. You know what I'm saying? We don't got none of that. And it ain't a lot of people talking about lyricism on podcasts. You know? And lyricism is important to me. It's important to me. I'm from the Bronx, where this thing started. And I think it's important to have these discussions. People are saying that I don't like Kendrick and that I have a disdain for Kendrick. It's false. I've written articles about Kendrick on my own blog. I've done countless praises of him. I said that he beat Drake. I said he's a top 5. I have him in my top 5 all time artists, rappers. I think that people they don't know how to conflate different things. If I feel like Dot,
I think you misused that word. I think you're saying people are conflating two different things. But
has a great catalog, great 5-album run, great flows, massive popularity, incredible impact, incredible concepts. I've said all of these different things. If I want to say Kid Cudi sings better than Kendrick, why are y'all getting mad at me for that?
Kid Cudi can't sing a motherfucking lick. Kid Cudi know how to make a melody. Sing? No.
For him, for somebody else having something that's better than this person in this one area. It's the same thing with me saying I think Lupe is a better lyricist. It doesn't take away from what Kendrick has accomplished, what he's done. If somebody's asking me about who's the better lyricist, I'm going to answer that. If somebody asks me who's the better harmonizer, I'm going to answer it properly. And if it happens that somebody is being mentioned while I'm answering that already, it's not my fault. You know what I mean? Niggas know I fuck with Dot. I got 2 records with Dot. I'm not trying to disrespect Dot. And niggas know I fuck with Lou. That's my man. I love Lupe. Just the same way I love Dot. Dot follows me on Instagram. He follows me on Twitter. Like, why would I didn't disrespect him. I'm just saying, like, yo, I feel like my man I'll rap him. It's not a knock to him. Y'all put on, if they did a versus, Kendrick is walking away. Niggas can be honest and that's all right, bruh. You know what I mean? It's all right. I just want this conversation to keep going. The issue here is niggas, I understand people got their opinions. That's what's up. You're supposed to have your opinions. Don't be soft, though. Don't be soft with your opinions. This is still hip-hop. We have to have the dialogue to continue this thing. Y'all don't see what's happening? Streamers are more popular than the rappers. And the lyricists are less popular than the rappers. This thing is getting etched out. I'm going to do everything in my power to continue the conversation going, even if it means old conversations have to be hashed or starting new conversations. Y'all not seeing it, but they trying to get this thing out of here. We don't have a BET Hip Hop Awards. There's no lyricist awards. And in the podcast, they talking about the same stuff over and over again. Drake and Kendrick. On that same podcast, we talked about Andre 3000. We talked about top 5 debut albums. We talked about Eminem. I praised Jid. We're having meaningful conversations about lyricism. So yeah, I'm here to just, people gonna probably see this in the morning. I'm gonna talk about the lyricism. You want to go to the drama stuff? Go to No Jumper. Go to Academics. Shout out to them. You wanna hear
No shout
people
out to
do
them.
certain things? Go to Curtis King. Go to Jason Hunt. You want to do reactions? Go to Screwface Hip Hop. Go to Stevie Knight. Go to Knox Hill.
Justin Hunt, by the way.
I'm gonna talk about lyricism, and I'm gonna back up my claims with a little bit of research as well. And I hope that people appreciate that, because it's not happening. It's not happening a lot, at least not on this level. And I'm gonna continue to do it, and I'm respected by the MCs. Like, so many MCs have been hitting me in the texts, the DMs. They want this conversation to continue. This is how this thing thrives. If you love hip hop, we need this. So come with me on that journey, man. I'm gonna continue to talk my talk. I don't care how niggas feel about it. Word.
All right, so that's Mickey Factz with his, giving his reason as to why he feels the way he feels and why he feels like he should be furthering the conversation about lyricism in hip hop. Whether people agree with him or not, he feels like the conversation still needs to be stimulated so that we keep lyricism at the tip of our tongue rather than allowing it to be moved out of the conversation, right? It also brought out some ugly shit in people. You know what I'm saying? And this is why my channel, specifically what I do, I feel is important, because in the context of being hip hop fans, I think as much as we love the current, we should also have reverence for what came before us, history, which is why I also don't disrespect Mickey Factz for his opinion, right? Mickey Factz is an MC that I came up also listening to. He's a little older than me, and he's respected by his peers, right? He's worked with Lupe. He's worked with Kendrick. He's worked with so many other people, you know what I mean, that are respected lyricists. Not to mention the relationships he has behind the scenes. He's in the battle scene, which honestly has some of the most gifted lyricists in the world on that URL smack stage in other leagues. And he's respected with the nose as well. So I'm not taking nothing away from Mickey Factz, although I have muted him on social media for the most part, because sometimes I just don't be needing the disruption in my feng shui. You know what I'm saying? Because he likes to give hot takes and it be disruptive to my feng shui. But I'm not disrespecting Mickey Factz for his stance. And a lot of y'all kept it centered on Lupe Kendrick, but some people took it to another space. One guy ended up coming on here saying Mickey Factz is a nobody. When he dies, nobody's gonna remember him. And I'm like, bro, why the fuck would you say some shit like that? Why would you say why would you talk about when this man dies? What type of shit is you on? You know what I'm saying? And he like, well, I'm in LA and nobody gives a fuck about Mickey Factz. And it's like, okay, maybe that's true. I doubt it, because Mickey Factz is fly with the TDE niggas and Daylight and all those guys. I highly doubt that's true. But even if it was, what the fuck would make you say some shit like that? And he comes back and he's like, nigga, I'm part of Project Blowed and Freestyle Fellowship, which I respect. And that's another reason why history matters. Because why the fuck, if you come from a legendary B-boy MC crew, why would you discredit another MC just because you don't like that nigga's opinion? He ain't said nothing about nobody family. He ain't said nothing about nobody mama. He ain't say he was gonna kill nobody. He ain't say when I see niggas, I'ma slap them in the face like some Johnny Manziel shit. He just said his fucking opinion and kept the shit moving. If you don't like it, that's cool. But what the fuck are we doing here? Then the nigga gonna try to take personal shots at me, talking about something. Oh, you sound like a nigga that ain't never left the house. Da 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 da. Nigga, look up J Nolan. It'll come up. We ain't got to do it. Matter of fact, you ain't got to do it neither. Go on my channel. It's on there. Opinionated YouTuber. It tell you what I done did in hip hop, my nigga. The song I played on the intro, Loaded Lux intro. That ain't no AI shit, nigga. Loaded Lux, respect the craft. Mickey Factz done heard my fucking music before. Came on the channel respecting my... So let's all be respectful to this shit around here. We all love this fucking art form. We all love what it is that we're discussing. Let's not get so removed from that element of it that we start disrespecting niggas and start saying when you die ain't nobody gonna remember you, because that type of shit makes its way back home. It's gonna happen to you before it happened to them while you putting that energy out there. So chill the fuck out. Let's just keep it music. Let's just keep it rap, people. Fuck wrong with you niggas? Somebody else came through talking about some Lupe Fiasco ain't never been considered one of them ones. I ain't never seen Jay-Z or Nas talk about Lupe Fiasco. Again, you don't have to like Lupe. You don't have to like his politics. You don't have to like his opinions. You don't have to like his music. But history actually happens. You know what I'm saying? It matters. Lupe Fiasco, 2006, Jay-Z is the reason why we got to Lupe Fiasco's Food and Liquor debut album. Jay-Z executive produced the nigga album.
I'd rather hear Lupe Fiasco, who I know is putting incredible time and craft into what he's writing, than to hear, a song with, with just a catchy track with some auto-tune. Don't get me wrong, I love some of it, because some of it is written well. Like, some of those T-Pain songs are written fantastic. Even without the auto-tune, the melody that he writes underneath them are incredible. Heartless, the song that Kanye has, the melody that he writes works with or without auto-tune,
Jay-Z offered to sign him to Rockefeller. Lupe Fiasco said, I'm good, because he had another situation on the table. And Jay said, all right, cool. Helped him get his deal over at Atlantic in order for him to have First and 15th to get a label deal. Jay-Z was offering him an artist deal. Atlantic offered him a label deal. So he went that way. But Jay-Z wanted that nigga. So much so, he said, even though I ain't get to sign you, I want to executive produce your album. He has a Jay-Z feature on the album. What are we talking about? Just a couple years ago, Nas came out on fucking Drink Champs. Nori asked him, hey man, it's a lot of niggas that done bit your style, but who are the MCs that are out there today that actually remind you of yourself? Nas said, Lupe.
Yeah. Have you ever seen somebody that remind you of you? Like you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody bites your style and shit. But you said, holy shit.
Lupe.
Lupe. So again, let us not be so taken by our passion and our opinions that we ignore facts. Because you use Jay-Z and Nas as an example when Jay-Z and Nas are actually parts of the story. This is what I be talking about with this fan stand stuff, man. Like, you don't gotta like nobody, you ain't got to respect nobody, but history actually happened. We can look the stuff up. We can find it. It doesn't take a lot of work to find it either. Just love the hip hop, love the music. Love Kendrick. I do. But I ain't sitting here trying to take everybody else's credibility away just because I fuck with Kendrick. What are we doing? God damn. And maybe I feel that way as an MC myself, and I know how much work goes into doing this shit and how much work it takes to even become a nigga at that spotlight. Like, y'all wouldn't imagine as much work as I put in just to get on the level of spotlight that I've received outside of this YouTube shit. And I still can't really say that I'm on none of these niggas' levels. And I know how much work, time, money, sacrifice it took for that. So for me, it's like, bro, chill. He brought up the BET getting rid of the hip hop awards, which I guess is a good time for us to go ahead and dive into that, because I was very disappointed by this. Soul Train Awards, I thought that was, I know it's a lesser popular show, but I also think that that's very disappointing too, because at the Soul Train Awards, a lot of our R&B artists get awarded. They get TV time. They get accolades off of that. Accolades that they're probably not going to get so much of on any other show. So that is very disappointing that those two shows that are vital for Black artists and our artistry and our crafts got X'd out from the budget, basically. You know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and get into that. So in a new article, they say, can you confirm the chatter that 2 of the annual shows in BET's awards franchise, Soul Train and Hip Hop, are no longer being presented? Okay, the answer says, I would say that it's less about them being no longer and more about our team having to reimagine them for this changing media landscape that we find ourselves in. I think what we're going to see are more people taking franchises and saying, this may have started on linear television, but now I'm going to move it to another space. Do I move it to streaming or do I move it to another platform? So for BET Linear, we have suspended the Soul Train and Hip Hop Award shows, but we have a team that's actively thinking about where those award shows might best live as the media climate continues to evolve. They aren't gone, and we also still have the NAACP Image Awards and the Stellar Awards. So they're saying BET won't be showing it, basically. Now, when you say that they may be moving it to streaming and stuff like that, what is the likelihood that we're going to have an award show on streaming? What, you're going to stream it on BET Plus? So in order to see it, you're going to have to pay for BET Plus? That, why? So that's disappointing, because that's where the ciphers, the yearly ciphers, take place. That's where you can have a Lyricist of the Year award take place. That's where you have, it's more of the hip hop spirit. The BET Awards is more so like the production show, and I know that they've improved the BET Awards a great deal the last few years to be competitive. More artists have been showing up for the BET Awards to make it more of a flagship show, and maybe that's where the efforts are. But I still think it's disappointing for the hip hop, unless you're gonna give the BET Awards more hip hop categories and move the ciphers to the BET Awards. But without those things, those are the things that people typically look forward to more than even some of the awards. So that's disappointing. And I'm not trying to pay for BET Plus just to see it. I don't know who they got a partner with. Like, I know Billboard, they had their Billboard Awards, and they partnered with like a company where you could stream it live and stuff like that. And that was dope. But I think when you remove it from TV, y'all need to partner up with Pluto or something. You know what I'm saying? To where we can at least get it on TV, like it's regular. But if you expect people to pay for your app just to see it, good luck. So I get where Mickey Factz is coming from with trying to keep lyricism in the conversation. I may not agree with his perspective. I may not even agree with, his angle in which he approached it to keep lyricism in the conversation, juxtaposing 2 artists that need not be compared. But I understand his reasoning more so than anything. You know what I mean? He's got his Pendulum Ink thing, which is geared toward teaching lyricism, the art of rap, the art of creating rhyme patterns and using syllables and, all of those different things, the entendres. I understand it. I respect it. But one thing I don't want is for people to just outright disrespect folks if they're not necessarily being disrespectful in the beginning, An opinion is one thing, but he ain't disrespect nobody. He ain't say nothing that's actually gonna affect Kendrick's career or make him any less popular or make him any less impactful in the culture. That's already stamped. It's already solidified. Disagree all day. Say, bro, you tripping. You crazy as fuck. You a wild ass nigga. All that fair game. You gonna die and ain't nobody gonna remember you? Nigga, nah, dog. We ain't going for that. And to act like Lupe ain't never been seen as like a top tier lyricist in hip hop that hasn't been co-signed by so many others, we're not doing that either. Even when he fucked up a Tribe Called Quest lines during the the tribute, he did it because Q-Tip personally chose him, because the hip hop greats saw that in him. So let's not act like things didn't actually occur. You know what I mean? Just because we're in the year of 2025 don't mean every other year don't matter that contributed to us getting to this point. All right? But yeah, man, let me know what y'all think of all this down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, become an insider. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one, man. Peace.
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like soldier rag. Leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit on my almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mile. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef on computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. With drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some boundaries. Stand for my honor, but too raw, no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. Wanna catch my bad, won't fumble. I done came too far to be humble.